Smart plays, boys. Hey, smart plays, guys. What we call this silly throw. I don't want overthrow. First base, right? John's got the back shoulder. Pay attention.
Oh, yeah. I'll come grab it.
Brooks, you want first base? You got third? No, that's in the dugout. You back up. Let's give Mike a dugout.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back here to Cornwall, Ontario for our second game of the day of the 2024 Cornwall Rookie Invitational Tournament. My name is Jacob Young as we get you ready for the home team, the Cornwall River Rats taking on the Brockville Braves. As I said, game number 2. We had game number 1 earlier, just ended about half an hour ago. It was a barn burner. A game that ended in 1 run the difference with a walk-off win for the South Ottawa Blues, 23-22. Over the East Nepean Eagles. I'm sure we'll see both those teams later. Phenomenal game, and if this game wants to reach that type of excitement level, it's got a lot to live up to. So we'll see if it's able to do so. It will be the Braves at the mats in the top of the inning, followed by the River Rats, obviously, at the mats in the bottom of the inning. And so leading things off, I believe we will have, looks to be Dax in the leadoff spot for Brockville. This is rookie ball, so we will have coaches pitching to their own team. 5 pitches max, and obviously 3 strikes is also the max as well for an out. And so we'll see. I learned very quickly in that first game that this tournament, the team that's going to be the most successful is the team that is going to be the best in the field. If the infield is on their game, making routine plays at the bases, you're going to have success in this tournament. So we'll see if either of these teams are able to find it early, as we'll see if Cornwall will try to get their infield going and their outfield going in the top of the first inning. And so Dax will take his place in the batter's box here. And we'll get underway here at Cornwall, in Cornwall, Ontario. It was raining a little bit earlier in between games, but it started raining around the 5th inning of our last game. And it rained for probably a good half an hour, pretty heavy. But they just put a tarp over home plate and took it off, and we're all good to go. So hopefully no more rain. The forecast doesn't look to be too bad throughout the rest of the day, but fingers crossed that it stays like this. We're underway here in game number 2 in the top of the first inning. The River Rats taking on the Braves. Both these teams trying to get in the win column here. I believe in both of their first games of the tournament. First pitch here, and we're underway. The Braves are going to hammer that one right to right field. Dax with a huge hit will get aboard first. He's going to try to look to extend the second. Will make the very easy decision to go back, and that's a very good hit there to lead things off for the Braves. So runner now aboard over at first after a very hard hit ball. Move on in the order. At the plate here, we'll have Kane. We'll see if Kane's able to, advance the runner to a scoring position as well. Rookie balls, most times, is a very high-scoring game, so we'll see if any of these teams, there's a 5-run mercy rule each inning, and in our last game specifically, we hit the mercy rule pretty much every single time. Kane gonna split that one between the first and the second baseman and get over to first, and Dax gonna go all the way, put the Rockets on to third. Runners in the corners now as the Braves get off to a very, very hot start. That's a good start for Brockville. Just getting the offense going here. We'll move on in the order. We'll have Rue at the play here. See who he's able to do. Trying to cash in a run and open up the scoring if he's able to find contact and at least get a single. His third pitch. We'll foul that one back up to the fence for pitch number 3. So his final 2 pitches here. Just gotta be careful. We'll wait for pitch 4. We'll make contact. It's gonna be popped up. The catcher gonna try to locate it, and by the time that ball starts to come down, he was just making his way to his feet. So a little bit too slow. And Rowe will extend his at-bat here down to his 5th and final pitch. Needs to stay alive. And he'll foul it back, so he'll stay in it. Great battle here from Rowe. Still on his 5th pitch. So it's 5 pitch maximum here in rookie ball. But if you foul it off, obviously you stay in it. He'll foul that one into foul territory off the first base line. So he'll stay in it for his 7th pitch here in the at-bat. If this was a normal baseball game, it'd be a great at-bat, but you're facing your own coach. So we wait the 7th pitch. And that, I believe, will do it. Oh, pardon me. And that would be his 5th and final pitch. So just a little bit away from Moreau. I don't blame him for not taking a swing on that one. It was way off the plate. And so that will be an out due to the 5-pitch maximum. So we'll move on in the order here for the Braves. We'll see Cam hitting cleanup. We'll pop that one up to the backstop. So you see the camera kind of shake there as the fence goes shaking off the foul ball. That one's going to be very tipped. Lightly tipped into the second baseman's glove, and the tag will be applied for out number 2, but a run will score as the Braves take an early lead. It's 1-0. But the River Rats are 1 out away from ending the top of the first. So a good start on the defensive side of the ball. We'll have a fielder's choice awarded to Cam, and we'll have Braden now at the plate. Doesn't like pitch 1. That's a ground ball. Scoop from the second baseman successfully, and the tag will be applied for out number 3. The River Rats will end the inning. Only 1 run against them. A beautiful inning, and while definitely a different game, it looks to be so far than we saw in our first game of the day. 1-0 going Brockville's way, as the River Rats do a very good job. We'll see them at the bats for the first time this game. And we'll see what they can do. So Brockville will take to the outfield here and just get prepared for a battle. Very, very hot start here for the River Rats. Exactly what they needed. Only 1 run able to score. And 2 plays where the infield was just able to get the scoop and apply the tag. Just what they need to do. We've seen earlier on, and especially in the first game. Could have just, guys, it was an early morning for these kids. But the throws were just not on the mark. And so we'll get ready here. I believe leading things off, we'll have Caleb, followed by Jackson. Rounding out the confirmed third, we'll have John. So Caleb going to look to start things off successfully here. His team down by 1 here early on, but 1 run in rookie ball is not too much. A good opportunity here for Cornwall to take a lead. We also got to see if the coach is warmed up, obviously. Coach is a big factor here as they do pitch to their own players, and if you're not kind of hitting that right down the middle, right through the strike zone spot, then it makes it tough for these kids to find connection with the ball. So Caleb will lead things off. The lefty will step up to the batter's box here, and we'll get the bottom of the first inning underway here. So we'll await pitch number 1. As the rain has stopped coming down. Very, very happy to see that. Mind you, I do have coverage here in the media box, but especially for those kids. And while I don't want any rain delays, we have a full action-packed day of 6 games. I don't want any of these to be delayed or even potentially moved, but the forecast looks fine. There is a storm, but it is west of us. First pitch for the River Rats. Caleb will find contact very lightly. Hit to the infielder at the mound. The throw to first takes a bounce in the dirt. Will not get there in time. Caleb will be aboard first base. And we'll move on in the order. We'll see Jax here at the plate. Just trying to advance runner to a scoring position. Jax will just tip it back. And we'll lay pitch 2. That one's going to be popped up. First baseman moving back, not able to keep it in his glove. He'll go back to first base, but he'll be called out.
Good job, Dak.
I believe that looks to be potentially even a double play here, potentially, maybe. And so that will be 2 outs there on the double play the ump calls. I believe it looks like Jax thought he was out there as Caleb wanted to go back to first. That ball was hit to first. Maybe he thought he was going to catch it because it was a very good opportunity for the first baseman to catch it. He goes back to first. No catches made. Tags Caleb, and he's out. Double play. Nonetheless, John hammers that one right in between center and left field. Goes right up the alley. And so he'll be aboard first now with 2 outs. So back to that complicated play. Jax goes back to the bench because he thinks he's out. And that's out number 2 on the play. As ump says, you got to the bench. You're already gone to the bench. That's an out. So we'll go to the cleanup. Jackson here for Cornwall, trying to keep this inning alive. Advanced runner to scoring position. First pitch. He'll go swinging. Unable to find contact for Jackson. This one. We'll get underneath of it. Pop it up right to center field, and the center fielder jumping, not able to cradle in the glove. John's going to round second and go third. The throw off the mark. He'll get the green light to go home. The throw will not be made. The River Rats tie up the game at 1 apiece as John will come around. And so we're all tied up at 1 apiece with Jackson now in a scoring position over at second. We'll see Carter Coleman here at the plate for his first at-bat. We'll take that one inside. Pitch 2. He'll reach for it and just let it go right by. So Carter has seen 2 pitches, unable to connect. And another one where he kind of steps into it. And that will do it. That'll be strike number 3 for Carter. As it is a 5-pitch max, but there's 3 strikes if you do go through. Unable to connect in any of those 3, and that will do it for the bottom of the first. Runner left stranded over at second base, and we're all tied up at 1 apiece going into the second inning. So a much different ball game than we saw in our first game. Our first game, I believe we saw, well, we had 4 runs. It was a 5-4 game going into the top of the second inning. This one, all tied up at 1 apiece with the Braves back at the bats. Try to take the lead. So we see a discussion there on our right side between 3 of the River Rats coaches as well as a Braves coach and, well, the umpire himself. We only have 1 umpire here in rookie ball as they make the discussion on what happened with that double play over at first, and that will do it for the first inning. Everyone will disperse to their positions, and I believe leading things off, we'll have Hank at the plate here for the Braves in just moments' time. So balls will be called in and get this inning underway in just moments' time. If you're watching live, I hope you're enjoying it so far. It's going to be a very action-packed tournament. This is our second of our 6 games today. We'll have 4 more games tomorrow as we reach the elimination. Hank will step up to the plate and we'll get this inning underway. Unable to connect on that first pitch. Slow chopper. Scoot from the infielder at the mound. Fired to first. Out number 1 confirmed. And a great play there from the mound to first. And so a leadoff out here for the River Rats. We'll move on to the order to Mav. We'll see what Mav's able to do. As the lefty will step up to the plate, and you see the Infielder at the mound shuffle from the left side to the right side. He'll get a piece of that one, I believe, look to be on the thigh, potentially over the knee. And that'll be counted as a foul ball. Willie pitch 2. And that's a hard hit ball. Gets past the mound and splits the second baseman and the shortstop. Right through the gap in Mav with a base hit, now aboard first. And a great play there from Mav. Able to get a base runner for the Braves after they faced out number 1 off a leadoff ground ball. So the Braves trying to take the lead now, have a runner aboard. We'll see Tor now in the order. Tor will go swinging. Another light hit ball. This one picks its location. Able to scoop it. Throw it to first. It's a lobber, but will get down in time for out number 2. As that ball had an opportunity. It was a slow throw ball from number 5, Jax, at the mound to first. And luckily just had enough heat on it to beat Tor to first. Mav now at second base in a scoring position, but Logan trying to keep the inning alive as Cornwall 1 out away from sending us to the bottom of the second. Another swing there from Logan. He's 0-2 down. 2 strikes against him. Needs to stay alive. And he will find contact. He will stay alive. We'll see pitch 4 now. He does find contact as well. We'll have a 5th and potentially final pitch here. Logan trying to stay alive, and he won't be able to. That will do it. That'll be out number 3 to end the top of the second inning. Runner stranded at second in Cornwall. A perfect defensive inning there. No runs against them. Still a tied ball game. Heading to the bottom of the second with the Riverettes back at the bats. And so leading things off for Cornwall will be Dawson, followed by Nathan. And rounding out the confirmed third, we'll have Mason. So Cornwall, a very good defensive inning there in the top of the second, have an opportunity to take the lead, which should be huge. You know, I've done a lot of rookie ball games, and a lot of them are very high scoring. You see a lot of the mercy rules come in place, which is 5 runs for an inning. But this one, so far through an inning and a half, is still a little scoring. It's 1-1. But with Dawson here at the plate looking to change things. A couple warm-up pitches there for Coach, trying to get his arm going before we're underway here in the bottom second. Now Dawson will step up to the batter's box and will get the bottom of the second underway here, still in a 1-1 ball game. Trying to lead things off successfully. We'll fire that one. Little hopper in the glove of the first baseman successfully. That's a great read there from the young fellow over at first. Able to read the bounce, get the scoop, and the play to first. Out number 1, as we'll have Nathan Stewart now at the plate. We'll wait first pitch against Nathan. Low one in the zone, another ground ball. This one to the second baseman. The scoop, successful throw to first. This infield of the Braves is on fire. Back-to-back outs, trying to retire the side in order and have an opportunity to do so. We'll see Mason at the plate here, trying to keep things alive for Cornwall. As well, a quick 2 outs for the Braves gives himself an opportunity here to send us to the top of the third, still tied up. Mason hops that one over top of the second baseman for a single. Mason will keep the inning alive and get aboard first base. A huge hit by him. This one, he got enough power on it and enough height on it to just get over top of the second baseman's glove. Move on to the order. We'll see River here at the plate, the lefty, trying to keep the inning alive. We'll see if he can try to string a couple hits together. Will find contact, but it will hit off, I believe, the inside of his arm, and will reel him right back into the plate. We'll wait pitch 2 as coach just tells him to scooch a little bit more closer to the plate. And I believe that will do it. That's going to be strike number 3 to end the inning. A phenomenal inning from both these teams in the field keeps us tied at 1 apiece heading to the top of the 3rd with the Braves back at the bats. This is a total flip of what we saw in the first game. It ended 23-22 as we had back-to-back mercy rules almost every single inning. This one, totally different story. It's 1-1 after 2. So we'll have Brockville back at the bats, and we'll look to see who's going to lead things off. I believe it's going to be Lakin, the bottom of the order, and we'll go back up top to Dax, and rounding out a confirmed 3rd, we'll have Kane. And so we know 4 teams who are in this tournament for sure. Obviously, Cornwall and Brockville both in this game, and we had South Ottawa and East Nepean earlier. I'm just trying to take a look around the whole entire field and the fields that we're using. I believe there's another field also that we're using for this tournament. Just trying to get a look at some teams that are also in this tournament who we could potentially see later or even tomorrow on the stream. And so Cornwall will take to the field and just get warmed up here as I do have a sighting of some rain coming down on the field. It's very light, and my fingers aren't crossed that it doesn't continue for too long, but as long as it's little rain like this, it should be fine, as it's not calling for rain at all for too much longer. I have light rain. It's expected to stop in 7 minutes and start at 9 minutes later, so take a 2-minute break and then go again. Nonetheless, we'll see Lakin, the lefty, take to the plate, and we'll get the top of the 3rd inning underway here. And Lakin with a little bit of a late swing there will just foul it off. You hear the dugout of the Braves getting loud, trying to get Lakin fired up. Pitch 2. Has to stay alive. 2 strikes against him, and he will. He'll foul that one off. Stays alive here at the plate, still with 2 strikes against him, but unable to continue it. That will be strike number 3 against Lakin for a leadoff out. We'll move on to the order. We'll go back to the top for Dax. Dax led things off with a very well-hit single all the way back in the 1st. So the rain comes down a little bit heavier. Dax goes swinging on that first pitch, ambushes it, and finds the gap right in between the infield and the outfield. Beautiful hit there from Dax. Just dipped down right into no man's land. And so Kane now trying to keep the magic happening. Dax maybe getting a bit of momentum going Brockville's way. They hope so. Kane will find a chopper, a slow one. Great backhand from the mound. Throw to first. And the first baseman will just get off the bag. And the tag won't be applied as he'll get off in time. So it'll be no out. And a base hit for Kane. Advances Dax into a scoring position now at 2nd. And we'll have Rowe an opportunity here if he finds himself a single to load the bases or even to take a lead for the Braves here if he's able to cash in a run of Dax over at 2nd base. We'll see what Rowe's able to do. He'll ambush that first pitch. It's a chopper that rides up to 3rd base. The underhand throw will not be able to be cradled from the 3rd baseman. Bases loaded as Rowe will have himself a single. We'll have Cam cleaning things up. Bases loaded scenario here for the Braves batter. Can he take advantage of it? Not going to take a chance on any of those first 2 pitches. We'll wait pitch 3. He'll go swing on that one. It'll be popped up. Moving off the mound, finds the gap in between the infield. Throw to 2nd, looking for the force play. There in time for out number 2, but a run will score as we'll have a fielder's choice awarded to Cam, but he'll get himself an RBI. The Braves take a 1-run lead. It's 2-1 with runners into corners and an opportunity to extend the lead and find themselves an insurance run with Braden at the plate. 2 outs, though, for Cornwall. He'll pop it up. It's going to get in foul territory. Trying to make the run and a diving basket catch from the first baseman in foul territory to end the inning. A beautiful catch. That was number 32, John, to make the catch successful. The Braves do what they needed to do. They take the lead. It's 2-1 as we'll head to the bottom of the third inning. With the River Rats back at the bats, they'll have an opportunity to tie up the game. Leading things off for Cornwall, we'll have Lucas, followed by Emerson, and then we'll go back to the top of the order for our confirmed third, Caleb. River Rats now down by 1 after the Braves were able to cash in a run on a bases-loaded scenario back in the top of the third. But a good opportunity. It's been a battle of the defenses so far through 2.5 innings. We'll see if Lucas is able to get the offense going, though, for Cornwall. We'll await pitch number 1. Won't take a chance on it. We'll hold off on that first pitch. Foul back as he takes a swing at that one low in the zone. He'll foul that one back as well. Now Lucas needs to be careful. 2 strikes against him. Back-to-back foul balls. Needs to stay alive. Here's pitch 4. And he will. That one will be hit. Scoop from the second base is successful. Throw to first. Beautiful play from 4 to 3. It's a leadoff out. As both these teams infield, I'm super impressed by both of them. Been phenomenal so far. Not many mistakes have been made at all. We'll reach bottom of the order here for Cornwall. We'll have Emerson at the plate. He'll get a tip of the bat on that one. Scoop from the mound, bobbles it, able to cradle it, throws to first, out number 2, back-to-back plays from the infield. And Brockville continues their dominance from the field. We'll go back to the top of the order with Caleb here for Cornwall, trying to keep the inning alive. Caleb started things off very successfully for the River Rats all the way back in the bottom of the first. See what we can do with their second at-bat. Pulls that one. Great play from the low catch there from the third baseman on the forehand. Able to get the throw from 5 to 3 in time. Retires the side. 3 up, 3 down to end the inning. And the Braves still have a 1-run lead as they'll head to the top of the 4th with an opportunity to extend their lead and add on a couple of insurance runs. But both these teams have been phenomenal in the field so far. As Cornwall will take back out to the field, and we'll see our batting order, our confirmed 3 in just moments' time.
Those can't go by, buddy.
And so rain coming down a little bit heavier than it was moments ago, which is not what you want to see. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not here for very long. We'll check the forecast right now. It says now it's calling for rain 100% at 11 o'clock. Kind of needs to pick what it wants to do. I remember driving here earlier this morning, and I was like, okay, the weather looks fine. Doesn't look like there's any going to be rain. Then the rain says, okay, it's for 9 o'clock, and then it rains. And then it stops, and okay. Then the forecast says it's clear. Then it rains again at 10 o'clock right now. And it wasn't on the forecast about an hour ago that it was going to rain right now, but here's the rain. And so, leading things off for the Braves. I believe we'll have Hank. So it'll be Hank, followed by Mav and Tor rounding on the order. That's going to be a chopper. Gets past the mound. Scoot from the second baseman. Fires it to first. Not enough heat on it, though. We'll get through. And Hank will stay safe and sound at first base. So a leadoff single for the Braves. We'll have Mav here at the plate. Mav will go swinging over top of the mound. Skips past the second baseman for a base hit. Will advance Hank into a scoring position. And the Braves doing impressive things here at the bat. Try to extend their lead and have back-to-back singles and a runner in scoring position. We'll have Tor trying to continue this here. First pitch. We'll take a dip low in the zone. Tor going to fire that one right out to the outfield as it rides right through the gap. Runner going to be waved around third. Coming home is Hank, and he'll cash in a run, give themselves a little bit of insurance. Now 3-1 the difference. So an RBI single for Tor. And we'll have Logan at the plate here with 2 runners aboard. We'll foul one off low in the zone. We'll find contact. This one will just ride outside the third base line, and now it's 2 strikes down. Logan needing to protect anything over the strike zone. His third pitch. And won't be able to connect. And that will be the strikeout for Logan. We'll move on to the order to Lakin. So that'll be out number 1. As the rain comes down a little bit harder. Fingers crossed that they can still continue in this. Lakin will go swinging, strike 1. I'll foul it back. So I'm trying to look around the dirt here if you see any puddles kind of forming. There's a couple that I have on my radar, but that'll be strike number 3 against Lakin for out number 2. So back-to-back outs here at the plate. And we'll go back to the top of the order. But the top of the order is very strong here for the Braves. There'll be 18 Dax here with his third at-bat in this game. We'll pull that one right to the first baseman. Able to kind of put his glove over top of it, stop all the momentum, and bring the ball back himself to first base for out number 3. That will do it for the top of the 4th. The Braves add 1 to the tally. It's now 3-1 the difference as they cash in on an insurance run. So we'll head to the bottom of the 4th with the River Rats an opportunity here, well, to get 1 back or potentially even tie up this game. But they have to crack through a very good fielding team in Brockville. And so we'll look to be good to go here as coach now has his jacket on. That's how hard it's coming down. Just trying to stay dry, especially when he's at the mound. When the coach is at the mound, he needs to have himself a good pitching performance, probably, even though he's not technically a player on the team. One probably the most important ones is he needs to get those balls down the middle for his players. Leading things off here for Cornwall will be Jax, followed by John, and rounding out the confirmed third, we'll have our third J in a row, Jackson. Jax will fire that one off the first base line. Looked like it had a chance there. So focus back up on the plate. Here's the third pitch. He'll foul it back again as he was very close to be struck out there, but he was able to find contact on that ball. We'll wait pitch 4. And he will do it again. Fouls off the first 4 pitches. Can he stay alive? We'll wait pitch number 5 here. And an opportunity for a leadoff strikeout here of Jax Hunt, who's a very good batter. Looking to stay alive, needs to find contact. Here's the 5th pitch. And he will wait for the call from the ump. And it will be called. Strike number 3 is the call. A leadoff strikeout here as Jax is unable to connect off the 5 pitches. Move on in the order to John. And so we'll move on to the order. Here's John. John trying to start things off here for Cornwall. Just trying to get a runner aboard. That's all they need, and we'll foul that one back. So the top of the order is very good for Cornwall, but just trying to make something happen here. That's some contact. Gets right to the right of the second baseman. And John will get aboard first with a single. Exactly what the River Rats needed there. And so we'll move on in the order. We'll have Jackson hitting cleanup here for Cornwall here at the plate. Just trying to advance runner to his scoring position. His team down by 2 runs. That's the only difference there is right now. Cornwall's still very much in this game, but haven't been able to find any offense in the last 2 innings. Ground ball for Jackson. Gets through the mound. Scoot from the shortstop. Underhand throw to second. Out number 2. A great heads-up play there as Jackson will be awarded with a fielder's choice. And so runner will remain at first after the fielder's choice. 2 down, 1 to go here for the Braves, who are trying to keep their lead at 2. We'll have Carter Coleman at the plate. Carter will just foul that one back. Will very get a light tip on it. Right to the mound, able to cradle, fires it. The first will be off the mark. Runners will be able to advance now. We'll see how far they can go, though. Jackson will get to third. Goes from one corner to the next. 2 runners in scoring positions off an error from the throw from the infielder at the mound to first base. So we'll move on to the order. We'll see Dawson now with an opportunity, tying run now at second base. We'll see if he's able to cash in, or at least that one of these ones would be huge. But with 2 outs, he's got to be careful. Dawson with a ground ball. Scoot from the second baseman. It was a hard bouncer. That's a great play to end the inning. Leaves runners stranded at third and second base. The Braves get out of it still with a 2-run lead. And Brockville continue their dominance in the infield, especially that second baseman and the first baseman are so good. So we'll head to the 5th now, still with a 3-1 ball game. And so Cornwall will assume their positions back out in the field. And we'll have the Braves rocking the black this morning with another opportunity on the offensive side of the ball. And so, the Braves will take to the plate here. We'll see who's going to lead things off just momentarily. Pitch 2. We'll pop that one up, running up the first base line, but we'll get out into foul territory. And so we'll await pitch number 3. We'll await the next one. We'll foul it back for pitch 3. And so we'll await pitch number 4, getting deeper into this count here for the leadoff batter. He'll have a ground ball. Takes a weird skip off the dirt of the mound. Throw from shortstop to first will be called out. A great recovery there from John over at first, who stepped off the bag, and he's fired up as he was able to get his foot back on the bag in time. It was a very weird hop there from the mound. Took a weird bounce off the dirt. Pardon me. Nonetheless, out number 1 as we move on in the order. That was going to be pulled right to the third baseman. Unable to connect with that ball. And it'll be a single for the Braves. Runner now aboard at first. Just going to try to advance runner now at first into a scoring position. Going to pop that one up. It will be in playable territory. And that one just going to find the gap of the first. The infielder at the mound. The force play at second, though, will be called out. So they'll at least get the fielder's choice, but that one just found the gap right in between the first, the second baseman, and the infielder at the mound for out number 2. So runner only at first here, off the fielder's choice, and we'll move on in the order. Is Cornwall trying to keep this game at only 3-1 the difference? Doesn't like that first pitch. Another one inside for pitch 2. Finds contact. We'll foul it off into fan territory. Someone's going home with a free ball. Someone just gets over top of the fence. A swing and a miss for pitch 4. That will bring him to 2 strikes now in the count. And that will do it. I believe that's pitch number 5. Cornwall seems to think, and that will do it. 3 outs, no runs able to score. For the Braves, it's still 3-1 heading into the bottom of the 5th with Cornwall back at the bats. They've been unable to cash in any runs over the last 3 innings of work. We'll see what they're able to do here. Brockville has been so strong out in the field. If you're watching us live here in the Cornwall Minor District Baseball channel, well, thank you for joining us, first of all. And if you are enjoying, subscribe, hit that notification bell on the channel so you don't miss any of your Cornwall baseball action. Well, obviously today and tomorrow, we'll have all of the 2024 rookie division invitational tournament here in Cornwall. And if you don't want to miss any of that action, make sure you're subscribed because, well, this is where it's all going to be streamed live. And also, if you miss any games, feel free to watch them back. We had a barn burner in our game number 1. I definitely recommend you watch that one if you want to check in on the South Ottawa Blues and the East Nepean Eagles. 23-22, the final score of that one. Amazing it was. Leading things off for Cornwall will be number 9, it looks to be. I believe that is Nathan Stewart. So Nathan will try to lead things off successfully. His team down by 2 runs and trying to get some momentum going their way as we reach the final inning and a half. Will make contact on that first pitch. He's going to run up the third baseline. Scoot from the third baseman. Throw from 5 to 3. A little bit too slow. It's a leadoff single for Nathan. As runner will now be aboard first. We'll see Mason now at the plate, going to look to advance Nathan into a scoring position. Pitch 2. Will find contact, but just foul it back. Mason will await it. And will foul that one back again. Now he's got to stay alive. He will. They'll foul it off the third base line. Will be reeled right back in. Nathan will have to make the run back over to first as he made the dirt over to second. So we're reaching, I believe, pitch number 5 here. 2 strikes against him. He's got to stay alive. Can he make it happen? He'll pop it up, and no one will be able to get to it of Brockville. So we'll go right back to the plate here for pitch number 5 once more. The payoff pitch. He'll foul it off once more, so this is a good battle here from Mason. Staying alive at the plate, just extending his at-bat more and more. And gets that one inside for pitch number 5. So a 10-pitch at-bat apparently is being called here. Long at-bat for sure for Mason, just unable to get anything on it. It's out number 2, I believe. And the second kind of out from strikes. In this inning, we'll have River trying to keep the inning alive. Oh, pardon me, I believe that was the first one, actually. Just blanking on it a little bit there. River's going to foul that one off again, so now he's up against it, needs to stay alive. And he'll get a lightly hit ball. The shortstop moving in, and a miscommunication there between the shortstop and the infielder at the mound to make the play. So it'll be a single for River. Will advance Nathan now to second in a scoring position, and tying run while now aboard. Which would be huge for the River Rats if they can get him around. We'll reach close to the bottom of the order with Lucas. One of the best innings so far for Cornwall. First pitch inside. Lucas hits that one up high into no man's land. Gets past the right fielder. Runner's going to turn third. Home comes Nathan. 1 run the difference. River going to get all the way to third. Runners in the corners. It's an RBI single for Lucas. It's a 1-run ball game here in the bottom of the 5th with Emerson at the plate. And he'll foul that one back. So Emerson will just get his feet set here and we'll wait the next pitch. Another swing and a miss there from Emerson, unable to find connection, but still an opportunity here. Trying to stay alive. Only 1 out in the inning, runners in the corners. And I believe that will be strike number 3 against Emerson for the second out in the inning. We'll go back to the top of the order here for the River Rats, though. It'll be Caleb. An opportunity to tie up this game. They're a base hit away from making it happen. First pitch against Caleb. Goes swinging, unable to connect. Another pitch he doesn't take a chance at. Lets that one go through. We'll await pitch number 3. Caleb has a great opportunity here. River over at third would love to come home. And he'll foul it back almost to the camera as you see the shake there in the bottom left of your screen with the fence. Pitch 4. Pops that one up and gets down in between the gap between the infield and the outfield. We have a tie ball game as runner will come home. And runners will stay in the corners as Lucas will slide into third. We're all tied up at 3 apiece with an RBI single from Caleb. And definitely the best inning so far on the offensive for the River Rats. It's Jax Hunt here at the plate. An opportunity to take the lead with a runner at third. A base hit would do it. Hunt gonna pop that one up and we'll get down to the foul territory. Jax, grounder. Second baseman moving in. The scoop, gonna look for the throw to second for the fielder's choice. Not there in time. The River Rats take the lead. Throw to second now as he tries to extend it. Will get the out though at third to end the inning. But I believe the run will score. The River Rats will take the lead. It's 4-3 as a run will cash in. But they do get out number 3 as I believe that was Caleb, who tried to extend it to third base. So the River Rats will have themselves a lead as we'll head to the final inning of work in the top of the 6th inning. And so the River Rats will take to the field here in our final inning of work. The Braves have been up almost all game long, but now are down by 1 run. An opportunity here, if the River Rats are able to find 3 outs, I believe, to end the ball game. And so we'll get this inning underway here. The Braves need a run. We'll see if they're able to cash in. We'll see if the righty can start things off successfully here for the Braves. Goes swinging, fires it, gets down below the glove of the first baseman, right out to right field. It's a lead-off single for Brockville. And tying run now aboard first. Great way to start the inning off. An ambush hit there. Contact again. First pitch swinging. Scoop from the third baseman. Unable to cradle it in time as he'll bobble it immediately when he picked it up. Another single in a row here. As Tor with 2 runners aboard. Maverick with a single to keep things alive. Torin going to pop that one up. Moving off the first base bag as the first baseman diving effort unable to cradle it in the glove. So we'll go back to the plate here. 2 runners aboard, 1 in the scoring position at second. As Hank is at second base. Torin. In fair territory. It's a grounder. No infielder is going to make his way to it. The throw to first is not there in time. It's a little bit late. It's the 3rd single in a row here as Torin is now at first and the bases are loaded for Logan. An opportunity here to take the lead back or, most importantly, tie up this game with a single. See if Logan can make it happen. First pitch swinging. Will it stay fair? It will just spin into foul territory. So Torin makes his way back to the plate. Won't go swinging on that first pitch. Well, will, but we'll foul it off. Now he's got to stay alive. Third pitch. Unable to connect. I believe that will be strike number 3 against Logan. We'll send him back to the dugout for out number 1. Lakin with an opportunity now with the bases loaded himself. We'll see if he's able to capitalize. Pitch number 1. Lakin will make contact. It's a light one. Gets past the pitcher at the mound. A run will score to tie the ball game. Lakin with an RBI single will keep the bases loaded, and we're all tied up at 4 apiece. We'll go back to the top of the order. Daxton here at the plate, trying to cash in a run. He'll go first pitch swinging. Great play there from the first baseman. Trying to beat Daxton to the first base bag, and he will. He'll be called out, but he'll have a little bit of a sacrifice play there as the Braves will take back the lead with an RBI. So only 1 out needed to end the top of the 6th inning. And we'll see Kane here at the plate. 2 runners in scoring positions. First pitch. Kane will go swinging. Finds light contact. It's a chopper. Throw to first from the mound. Will just get below the glove. A run will score as they get an insurance run. Runner at third thinking of going. He'll put the green light on, and he'll cross the plate in time, but will be moved right back to third base. And so we'll have a little bit of a discussion with the coach here at the mound. Well, that run could have scored and cashed in another insurance run to make it a 3-run ball game, but it will not count. So we'll move on in the order. This will be Rowe here at the plate. Runners in the corners. Goes swinging. Pulls it. Tries the backhand attempt from the shortstop. Throw to second. Not there with enough power. Rowe with an RBI single. Keeps this sitting alive as the Braves have found some firepower here. 4 runs the difference. We'll have Cam trying to keep the momentum going here. 1 in a scoring position and 1 at first. He'll pop that one up. We'll get all the way to the media box where I am as you hear that loud thump off his first pitch. Gonna find contact. Pulls it right to the third baseman. Unable to cradle it. No infielder able to detect that one. It's a single to load the bases back up once more for Cam. The Braves hitting lights out here in this inning. We'll have Braden at the plate. Braden, bases loaded. We'll tip that one back. We'll tip it back once more here for Braden. He's 2 strikes down. Doesn't like that when he's down to his final pitch. Needs to stay alive. 2 outs. If he's unable to connect, we'll end the inning. He is, though. A light little chopper with the bases loaded. They'll look for the force play. They'll try to make the tag. Not fast enough. It's a 5-run mercy rule inning for the Brockville Braves. That's the inning they needed. Here in the final inning of work on the offensive side for themselves, they make it happen. Take the lead back once more. It's 8-4 I have on the tally. And the Braves are 3 outs away from taking the win here in game number 2 we have on the stream. Cornwall needs a big inning. 4 runs to tie it and 5 to walk it off. And they had a very big inning in the bottom of the 5th moments ago. We'll see if they can replicate it again, but they're going to need to have even a bigger inning here going into the bottom 6th. Leading things off for the River Rats will be number 32. We'll have John, followed by Jackson. And rounding out the confirmed third, we'll have Carter. John needs to start this thing off successfully here for the River Rats. They don't have much room for error down to their final 3 outs. And the Braves been so good on the infield so far. Would love to try to end the game. And I believe get their first win in the tournament. As the rain has let up here, fingers crossed that the forecast stays to the west of us. There is rain, but I believe it's just going to miss Cornwall in this field, which is very good to hear. But fingers crossed that it stays like that, because the forecast has been a little off this morning, as we weren't expected to have rain, and we've already had 2 kind of heavy falls already. So we'll see if John can lead things off successfully. We'll foul the first ball back. We'll pop that one up in playable territory. No one will move inside. A diving play from the pitcher, not able to make the catch. It's a lead-off single for John, as he will drop that one right into, well, kind of no man's land in the infield. Jackson now, who hits cleanup. We'll have an at-bat here. We'll see what he can do. He'll foul that one back. He'll pull it. Stay in playable territory. Play to second from the throw. From third, it'll just get off the bag. It'll be safe and sound for John as he'll slide it in time, as the second baseman was just a little bit off the bag, couldn't keep his foot on it. We'll have runners at second and first now. Back-to-back singles for the boys in blue and white stripes. Carter trying to keep some sort of rally alive. Foul the first pitch off. And we'll foul that one off as well, so we'll go 2 strikes against him here. And needs to protect anything over the strike zone. Can he stay alive? And he will. He'll foul it off once more. That's 4 pitches. Able to find connection on all of those 4 pitches, but just nothing fair. Now he's down to his 5th pitch, and he needs to keep doing what he's doing so far. Carter, not able to stay alive, swing and a miss, out number 1. So we'll move on in the order to Dawson. It's a forced play at any bag here for the for the Braves in the field. Dawson looking to potentially load up the bases. We'll go swinging on that first pitch. Pop it up. The second baseman going to call everybody off on his knees. That's going to be a dropped ball. No runners will move, though, as they thought they would have to tag up. So they'll get an out at second. It will be a fielder's choice for Dawson. Runners in the corners here. And down to their final out, their final life here for the Riverettes trying to stay alive. It'll be Nathan. Can he keep things going for Cornwall? The lefty awaits his first pitch. Contact will foul it back. Strike number 2 against Nathan. Needs to stay alive. Protect anything over the strike zone. And just needs to find connection. Pitch 3. We'll pop that one up. The third baseman going to move off, but not have enough pace on him to get there in time. So he'll stay alive. Good job from Nathan. We'll await pitch number 4. He'll be a chopper, a slow one, off the right leg of the pitcher, and will stay alive. It'll be an RBI single for Nathan as he'll cash in a run. So the inning will stay alive. The River Rats make it 5. Mason now trying to keep the inning alive. That's his task. Runners in scoring position at second and another one at first. First pitch against Mason. Will foul back. And he'll foul that one into the ground section as well. And now he's 2 strikes down. Needs to do exactly what Nathan did moments ago. We'll see if Mason can follow it up. The third pitch. Won't be able to connect. And that's the ball game. The Brockville Braves will take the win and move into the win column with their first win of the day. The River Rats will take a loss and move to 0-1 in the tournament. I'm sure we'll see both these teams later on today as we'll have 4 more games, as that was game number 2. A much more low-scoring game than we saw in our first one, but it was great to see a battle of the defenses. 8-5, the final score between the Brockville Braves and the Cornwall River Rats. We'll have a game, our next game at 12 o'clock, another one at 2, 4, and our final one at 6 of the day. We'll have games tomorrow, streamed live right here on the Cornwall YouTube channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell on the Cornwall District Minor Baseball YouTube channel, because all of your action here in this tournament is streamed live right here, and also you can watch it back on all the recordings. See your at-bats if you have a kid, or if you're a parent or a guardian or just a fan or a friend or even a player. It's a good opportunity to watch yourself back and see what maybe I could have done differently there. And so we'll see, I believe, MVPs just announced in a moment's time, as they do the MVP ceremonies after every single game. And so you see the Braves players all sprint out to left field, but they'll be reeled right back in from their coaches as they need to do the MVP ceremonies. And so I believe we'll see it just in a moment's time. But such a good feeling game from both these teams. They got the offense going later in the game, but it was about a 1-1 game through 3 innings. We'll have the MVP of the River Rats announced first. Be number 32, John, the MVP for Cornwall in game number 1 of their day. Congratulations, John, and we'll see the MVP for the Braves. As the rain starts to come down once more, it'll be number 10. I believe that's Hank for Brockville. And that will do it for game number 2. As I said, we'll have our next game at 12 o'clock. You won't want to miss it. The final score of this one, 8-5 for the Brockville Braves over the Cornwall River Rats. I've been Jacob Ewing. We'll see you back here at 12 o'clock for day 3 of the 2024 Cornwall Rookie Ball Invitational Tournament. Thank you for watching.